The debate on Channel 9 sucked. It really sucked. The format was garbage. Most of the questions were garbage. Okay, a little swing here, a little swing there, to give us a little bit of sauce to throw on the meat here tonight. But honestly, you didn't miss much. You truly didn't miss much. That said, there are 5 things worth pointing out. We will talk about them and debate them, but I'm not going to pretend this was the most riveting debate you've ever seen. It is almost as forgotten as you forgot that it was even on, and I'm glad that you did. Thanks for watching us here on Paul Murray Live here on Sky News tonight. We'll do analysis with Chris Kenny, Joe Hildebrand in a second, and then we'll have plenty of fun for the rest of the show, as well as introduce you to somebody who I think is going to make quite an impact in the Senate should they get elected. But, yep, let's get to it. The 5 things you need to know about this debate. Number 1, Dutton yet again nailed the Prime Minister on this Medicare, Medi-scare lie. They keep saying it. They lie directly to the Australians each and every day. The media never take them up on it because they don't want to be left off the Christmas card list of the bloke that they think or want to win. So I liked when Peter Dutton did this on national TV.
When we were in government and I was the Health Minister, hospital funding went up by 16%. And the Prime Minister stands here with a straight face and says what he knows not to be true. And I think, again, it'd be great to see him called out because he continues to repeat these mistruths, and Australians deserve better from their Prime Minister.
No, you described it as a cut. The 2014 budget described it as a cut, as a saving.
If you were being honest, you would admit that funding went up each year, each and every
30
year.
billion in education.
Every year,
our population is increasing. You had the allocation that had been previously put in the budget prior to you coming to office. You ripped $80 billion out of those 2 items in 2014.
Prime Minister, you couldn't lie straight in bed, honestly. This is unbelievable.
You can go to abuse.
No, well, it's just
you can go to
personal
personal abuse. That's a sign of desperation, Peter, frankly.
As he's lying.
That's a sign of desperation.
Again, just a small thing, right? Like, look, I'm a lucky bugger to do this job, but I've been doing it for long enough. If you do things that don't address the camera, it means you are not talking to the people at home. Again, the way it was all set up is that you have the moderator who wasn't between the 2 candidates but was between the 2 elements of the debate, which is all of the people who work for the different things that Channel 9 owns and the 2 candidates. The candidates were then always either looking at each other or looking at the host or looking at... Which meant, see, they're never actually looking at you. I found that irritating for the hour. Remember, it is about you. But this was one of those little media examples where it was about them. But I like that moment. Phil Coorey, though, I'm not going to throw him as out with the bathwater here. He was best on ground. The bloke from the Financial Review, I think he's one of the best in the Canberra Press Gallery. So every time I bag the Canberra Press Gallery, imagine there's an asterisk next to it, and Philip Coorey is the exception to that rule. Here's what he said when it came to cost of living. Good question. Remember, number 1 issue should have been the whole debate rather than, just this bit.
Mr Albanese, you said 3 years ago that people would be better off under Labor at the end of the first term. I would suspect that's most people don't think, thinks that that's the case at the moment. So why should voters trust you to give you trust you for another 3 years?
Well, Phil, we understand that many people are doing it tough, which is why we've provided significant cost of living relief. But we've had to do it in a way that put that downward pressure on inflation. As a result, inflation has a 2 in front of it.
Are you prepared to repeat that pledge that in another 3 years' time?
Oh, we certainly want people to be better off in 3 years' time, and that is what it's about.